Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Today is Monday, February 6, 2023. A little off with the date because, as you all see, I am away from the studio. We are live from Miami. For those of you that follow me on my personal page or Instagram, posted some pictures there. We are here this weekend to celebrate a young lady's birthday. I met Anna Dancy at that time in 1987. Her mother, and I don't know if she really recognizes this or remembers this or is aware of this, but Anna's mother was my civics teacher. She was the person responsible for my interests. At that time, not a lot of interest, but for my interests in civics, learning about the governmental structure, municipalities, federal government, 3 branches of government, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be very honest with you, I was struggling to come. And it's Mental Health Monday, so let's talk about that. Anna had texted me the weekend of Tyree and Tyler. We want to talk about that in a couple of seconds as well. And she said, you know, I'm glad you're coming. And I hope you're taking a couple of days for self-care. And I was like, oh crap, I got to get there. And it was twofold. A couple of folks reached out last week and observed, you know, Jimmy, you okay? We're watching your cadence on the show. We had that very, I won't say hard, we had that very authentic, real interview with Mayor Wu last week. And it was just a lot. So wound up here in Miami this week. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling pretty good. So let's go in the Java Cafe and see who's in. Dr. Brandy is going to be with us shortly at 9:10 a.m. Let's see who's in the room this morning. Nicole, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. Sister Debbie, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. Mama Java, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. Opal, hope you're doing well and better. Good to see you in the room this morning as well. Pastor Marion, great Monday morning to you as well. Sister Miss T, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Hopefully you're feeling better and doing well. Sharon Cornelius, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Dr. Charlotte James, yes, I said doctor. Good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. Tasha, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. Sister Soraya, good morning to you. Auntie Java, good to see you in the citizens of Java land. I love that. Good morning to you. Do me a favor as we get ready to check in. Put your word for Mental Health Monday. We've gotten away from that, doing it like we used to do it. So, and Nicole, I think you celebrated a birthday on last Friday. So happy belated birthday to you. Do I see Asia in here? I see somebody said hi to Asia, but Asia, good morning to you if you're in here as well. But do me a favor, put Isaiah's good morning. Good to see you in here this morning. Do me a favor and put in the comments, what is one word that describes how you're feeling right now? Now, let's talk about the night before I left Boston. Talk about how you're feeling. First of all, I am glad to hear that DMC is taking patients again. I was kind of offline, but online, and I was aware that New England had a lot of interesting weather. So on Friday, and because this has been an issue in my apartment that I've brought to my landlord's attention since 2018, let me complete that. that when it gets real cold, I've come to the conclusion that I don't believe the BTUs or the amount of BTUs in the furnace for my apartment is enough. And so I had put the thermostat up to 78, thinking, it'll drop to 75, off and on because of the extreme cold. At about midnight, I get up, and the type I have the Nest thermostat. And so I walked past that and it said 68. Well, really? So I put a post up. How many of you all's thermostats are going backwards? Get up a couple of hours later, I guess because I was cold. And the thermostat, when I say the thermostat was on, I had it set to 78. The thermostat backed up all the way to 63. The inside temperature was 63 degrees. When I tell you the timing of this trip and getting out of there, perfect, Jesus. So I did ask Siri this morning. I'm going to look right now what the weather was in Boston, and I think Siri said it was 34 degrees, and I smiled. It's interesting that when you see 34 degrees and you're happy. So I don't know what's going to be tomorrow, but right now it's saying up in Boston, hold on. And of course I can't get a good signal down here. Somebody tell me what the temperature is. It's 37. Charlotte, thank you. You're always on top of it. Before Dr. Brandy comes in, which she should be in a second, let's go in and check the words this morning. I do see a couple. Sharon Cornelius, wait. Sharon, when was your birthday? Sharon Cornelius. All right, you all do me a favor. Tell Nicole and Sharon happy birthday, everybody. Wow. All right. I don't know how we missed that. Good morning, Asia. You are in here. Good to see you. Keys, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Oh, it's Keys. It's not a background. I'm messing. Good morning to you. All right, let's go into the words. And Charlotte, Auntie Java said, glad to see your self-care. Yeah, this place, people know there's no boo down. Uh-oh. Dr. Brandy's trying to come in. Okay, there she goes. I think we're going to be good. I seen a flash. So it's 37 degrees. Let's just go over the words real quick. Isaiah said 38 wherever he is. 30 in Worcester. All right, we got a full weather report this morning. All right, I'm going to review the words after I bring in Dr. Brandy. Let's bring her in. Dr. Brandy.
Hey, what's that? Is that just because of the echo of the room you in, or are you congested?
It's a little bit. Every time I fly, I deal with that, even with a mask on. And I think a mask makes it worse. But every time I fly, I guess the recycled air. And so is it that obvious? Am I nasal?
You something. Like I could hear it like that. That's fine.
And it's also, I'm not on the mic. And so I'm trying to project toward the computer and all that other stuff. But it could be a combination of things. Good morning.
Good morning to you. I don't even have my cup of water or tea this morning.
How y'all doing up there?
I love how you put how y'all doing. Okay, rub it in. Okay, so 2 things.
You preface it like that, you know you about to say something very serious. Go ahead.
See what happened was. Good morning.
Yeah, happy was.
Good morning. So, y'all, it was so cool. Like, okay, so I have beautiful bay windows in where I live, right? Beautiful, like you can see them in the background. But the insulation on this building, it was so cold in my like. Jesus, it was so cold. Like you know how you have moments where you like, the devil is a lie. Why I moved to Boston? Why I been here?
You got like
I was like, this don't make no sense. See, why I've been here for 20 years? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I had all those moments, but still went out on Saturday. Still went out.
So what was it? The temperature on Saturday was negative 11?
Yes. But I went out during the heat wave. It was 11 degrees when I went out. So it was like a full-on heat wave. But definitely this weekend was like, in the car, out the car. It was not a dilly daddly.
Into the
It was not a I'm gonna walk into the car, because I met up with friends for brunch. It was not a let's walk into It's okay. We say bye in the restaurant at the table, bundle up, bundle up, and then
Listen, I had an attitude. I was telling folks as you were coming on that my thermostat is fighting as it's been for the last 4 years. It's been fighting backwards, and I've raised the issue, and that's a whole nother conversation in Mental Health Monday in itself. But I'm going to talk about that later too, because the standards in which ISD cites property owners for minimal cold is ridiculous. But anyway,
like I said, I was freezing.
It was. I was on the couch. I fell asleep on the couch, and I just kind of woke up, like literally, like woke up, like I went and put on a hoodie, and then wrapped in a blanket. And I said, okay, I got a couple of hours. Let me just lay back here. And Dr. Brandy, it kept going backwards. Set to 78, and the thermostat ended up when I was leaving. It was on like 63.
Y'all. So everybody who know me know I am economically wise. Or as the old folks say, cheap sometimes. So I am very, I don't like to put my temperature, just have it on high when you got blankets and socks and other things you can put on, right? But this weekend, I was like, because when they said that it was going to get that cold, because again, I live where I'm at, I have really high ceilings. I don't know, maybe it's like 15 feet. I don't even know how high they really are, but it's high ceilings and an uninsulated basement. Like literally it's just concrete down there, right? And so during the wintertime, it'd be freezing on a regular day. So I turned my thermostat all the way up. I don't even know, like 84, maybe something like that.
Even I don't go that high.
Yeah, the reason why I went high, I always like go over, and I did the kind of like, and then I did the whole like, okay, let me have some water running, like I don't want pipes to freeze and stuff like. So I was doing all kind of measures, and I even boiled water. Like I was like, I don't know what could happen. So you gotta, I have my flashlights ready in case, but whatever. But even I did all that. The one thing I did not count for was my internet was out basically all weekend. Basically all weekend.
So we know that you have, some internet issues. So
yes, I have janky internet on a regular day. I'll be transparent about that. I have janky internet on a regular day, but it was completely out. I had no internet this weekend. And I was just like, and it started on Friday and just continued. And okay. So I was just in, sitting here because I don't really watch TV like that. I'll watch more so like the cable channels and stuff like that. So I was just in the dark and just chilling,
Dr. Brandy, so when the lights and stuff get ready, we know that, in the summer, the electricity goes out. Even though the internet may go out, I have like a couple of devices, and I keep more than my phone on the service because I just can't imagine. A few years ago, something happened with my sister, and she either forgot electricity bill or something, and so she texted me about 10 o'clock at night. I was out somewhere. She was like, I'm on my way. I think she was either going to my mother's house or my nephew's father's house, and she was like, the electricity's out. It'll be on in the morning, but listen, I have my phone. I can't listen.
It was fine. It was an opportunity to unplug. And I mean,
and I've been doing that a little bit.
I remember the days when I would drive from Georgia all the way up to New York, 16, 17-hour drive without a phone. And I would stop at the rest stop, y'all, and take a nap. Because I was like, I'm not getting a hotel. I don't know where I'm at because this is like pre-GPS. So you have to print out your directions in advance.
And listen, that was the days of MapQuest before
You
there
do
was
math
another one.
class. You do math class. You print out your directions beforehand. Like, so I ain't getting off the highway except for gas, food, and then to rest a little bit. But yeah,
Listen,
like,
let's get to the words, Dr. B, because you know today's going to be a little abbreviated because you know.
yes, yeah. Well, because somebody down there and we up here, you know, have to throw salt. So I'm sure we're gonna get some pictures of like wonderful dishes and like, oh, I'm frolicking in just you know, a little sweatshirt. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
I went out with no red. I'm lying. My crossover was red. I didn't wear red, black, and white on Saturday night. I didn't. I wore regular colors. Let's go to the words, Dr. Brandon, before I get in trouble here. All right, let me go all the way up. Please make sure you tell Sharon Cornelius happy birthday because her birthday
Happy birthday!
Her and Nicole, but you know Sharon will get us if you know we don't.
Happy birthday, Sharon Cornelius, Sharon Cornelius, Sharon Cornelius.
All right, Opal said that she is blessed. My word for the day. He said she's depleted. Keys, why are you depleted, sister? Charlotte James said hers is good. Diddly, love that. I cancel my plans on Friday. What did you say? Did you say diddly?
I said you don't diddly daddle.
Diddly daddle.
Yeah, you know how when you walk folks to the car and you talk and then you know,
those 8 goodbyes, like see you later, bro.
Yeah, that's you diddly daddling.
You want to see me walk fast? Put me in the cold. Shoulders go up and up. I don't do that. Sharon says celebratory, of course, because you know it's her birthday. Sharon, so you told us the other day. So can we just celebrate that our wonderful mother, Sharon Cornelius, is 70 years old?
What?
Do you believe that Sharon is 70?
What? Hey, I'm telling you.
Fishnet. Sorry. Hi, Sharon. I love you. Auntie Java says, discovered that gas seat exhaust vents emit system, steam will freeze in sub-degree temps really blocks off ice, which means no heat when it's cold. Ice blocks had to be broken and removed to get heat. Thank God I did not call a plumber. You can only imagine what the bill would be. So let's park right there for a minute. I think we did the words. I see determined. 70 years around the sun. You better do it, Sharon. Okay. All right. So we got the words. Pretty much everybody seems to be doing okay. Please tell us why you're depleted or text me later and let me know. So let's talk about these pipes in the plumbing. I heard that BMC, they had to stop taking patients in the emergency room because they had a bus. There was some big concert at some theater downtown. They had 2 sold out shows. They had to cancel that because pipes burst. Where else? I heard BMC, down malls. I heard malls.
Yeah, I mean, look, we don't prepare for this. I mean, look, Boston, it's cold.
It gets cold, but minus 37.
We entering February, you know, and people were getting too gleeful. Like, oh, it's been.
Dr. Brandy, they ain't got nothing to do with it.
Y'all better
like Jesus
stop.
Us back.
Y'all better stop.
Come on.
But and they say MGH pipes burst. But I guess one of the things we have to think about is, and they said Brigham's flooded, but one of the things we have to think about is, you know, we joke sometimes about global warming and climate change and that type of thing. But one of the things we have to prepare for is, if we're talking about extreme temps, whether it's been extremely warm as a whole this winter, we also need to think about what will happen when it's extremely cold as a whole. And one of the things I was reading online was that a lot of people, like for their electric vehicles, were having some problems.
Because listen, them electric vehicles don't do well in the snow.
Yeah, and so we need to think about that as we're talking about kind of, again, climate change and what are some of the remedies for that is how do we prepare on both ends and not just have it be like we always do. We're more proactive or reactive rather than proactive. Listen. We really need to think about this. It's like you got major hospitals flooding. We're going to prep for this.
So, Dr. Brandy, a friend of mine that traveled down here from Boston too, we was on the same flight, and he jokingly said, well, we haven't had an ice age. Maybe we're just about due. Like, I mean, in all seriousness, though, we do have to start paying attention to like things like global warming and climate change, because especially parents and just if you care about, we always talk about humanity, like 50 years from now, what are things really going to look like? I mean, these extremes on back and forth. So anyway.
And we by the sea. Like we by the sea.
So they said at worst, where you're living now will be the new waterfront.
Hey. Well, we are up on the hill. And I see Heidi said, I need ceiling fans. So see, Heidi, okay. Y'all, I'm going to share something with y'all about a trauma that happened to me.
Dr. Brandy, give us the expedited version, Jesus.
The trauma that happened to me. Okay? It involves a ladder and then me falling. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
So you tried to get up on a ceiling fan and switch the switch from the winter.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
How bad did you hurt yourself?
That's all I'm going to say.
Come on, Dr. Brandy. This is authentic.
You said expedited. I expeditiously told the story.
Ooh, shady. So anyway, thank you for joining us this morning. You know, I always got that option.
Yeah. Look, well, at least you're in a place where you can get shade like that. You know, I know a man, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that. But one of the things, though, Heidi, is I don't feel in Boston I've ever really needed a ceiling fan like that. Well,
for the winter, it sends the heat back down. You know, heat rises.
Yeah, with these porous windows.
I mean, it could be sending air into, but
it could be circulating cold air.
Listen, we can't let this one go past. Your boy is in here.
Yeah, hey, DJ New.
He probably popped in for 2 seconds and left back out because he's so busy being he about to be a Morehouse grad and just, you know.
Yeah, I know, man. Look.
Heidi said, hold on. That's why you're cold. He's sitting on the seat. Hold on. We by the sea in my southern twang. Listen.
All right. We by the sea.
We got to pay attention to it. I mean, in all seriousness, and I say it all the time.
We by the sea. Y'all, like, look, you know, when you talk about sea levels rising and everything like that, and, you know, like, that is something we need to think about and prepare for. And unfortunately, what happens is we will prepare some measures and then wait for
Dr. Brandy. Hold on, keep talking for 1 second. I gotta turn the AC on. It just got a little warm in here. Excuse me.
You know what? You know what? You know what, James? You know what? See, just for that. Somebody turn it AC. You know what? I can't even. You know.
I'm messing.
You know. Okay.
Now, what were you saying about Manchester by the Sea?
You know what? I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm done. But I will say this: if we could do this for next week, right?
Next week we got Toy.
Yes, and it's Super Bowl Sunday weekend, all of that next
Monday
week.
After the Super Bowl.
But I'd like to ask everybody if this weekend, you know, as we're watching the Super Bowl, all that good stuff, is make note of any mental health or even just physical health ads or anything we see. Because I'm very curious.
Around the Super Bowl ads?
Yes. I'm very curious in terms of, you know, there's been the NFL rather has said, you know, they've put a lot of things in place with respect to player health, mental health and physical health. And so I'd just be curious to see whether some of that is reflected, if not in the commercials, because those commercials will be costing $5-10 million every 30-second spot.
It's worth
it. But at least in the game, will we see any acknowledgement of health at all
during the Super Bowl? They're smart,
I don't even watch the Pro Bowl. That's whack. Because
if they're smart, they're going to have Hamlin do something. They'll have him talk about heart health. They have the CPR challenge.
Yeah,
they're doing so.
If they are smart, but again, short-term memory. So let's again, I just ask people, let's watch out. Let's see if you see something.
We do have to pay attention to, like, if they're going to keep their commitment to that, because these entities, and it's so interesting that, DeMar brought so much attention to health and whatnot. And I want to believe that the execs at the NFL are pure in their support of him, but there's an advantage. Because if the NFL, there's a marketing whole thing. If the NFL is being perceived, I'm telling you, they got in the boardroom and was like, it's sad, but what happened to DeMar? But how can we help amplify our commitment to?
No. What they did was let me tell you what they did. Like, again, and this is not how I think, but what they did was they said, Lord, don't let this man die. Lord, don't let this man die. Lord, don't let this man die. And then when he survived, they said, thank you, and let's resume
business as usual.
They said, the first thing they said, Lord, do not let this man die. Because here's the thing, again, putting on my business hat, every single person in that stadium, can we say class action?
Because of the trauma.
Not just the players on the field, every single person. You're talking about I don't know what that stadium capacity is, 60,000 people. Can we say class action? And then you have the folks watching on the television. And that's the thing is, again, injuries happen, all of that. I never even
thought about it from that perspective.
But yes. So they said, Lord, do not let this player die. Right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
But again, I just wonder whether we'll see any player, or even when they do the media, because I think this coming Tuesday is typically like media day. When they do that, will any players speak about health? Like, will they talk about it? Or, because how they do the commercials, right? Yeah. Leading into the game. And they will definitely be profiling Hurts and what's his name? Mahomes, 2 black quarterbacks. That'll be all the rage because
we got to name that too. That's major.
Black History Month. So that'll be a thing. And then they'll probably profile the other black quarterbacks that have been in the league. And, they'll do all of that, right? Because that's money. And but what else will they be profiling? And how will they do that?
Wow.
And as Heidi said, for all intents and purposes, he did die.
He did. He was revived, and that. So.
But that's what they were saying. And Heidi, I agree with you. They are playing flag football, and the same thing with the NBA. It has just made me mad to see play the game. Like, I swear.
Kyrie and Luka going to play next season.
I don't even watch the NBA like All-Star Weekend no more because it's whack. It's whack, the whole thing, because it's more like players don't take it seriously because, again, when you playing for $50, $60, $70 million, you ain't trying to get hurt. And it's lost the vigor because you don't have those veterans that are like, nah, I'm gonna be part of the slam dunk contest because it's pride, right? You don't have that. Folks are like, nah, it's rest time because they got a week of rest to get ready for playoffs and everything like that. But
Charlotte agrees though, because the All-Star game used to, and I mean, let's not get into it too much, but since COVID and blah blah blah. But Dr.
It ain't got nothing to do with COVID.
I know.
It's whack, whackity whack. And football even worse. Goodness, that thing been whack for years.
March, you and Heidi were supposed to get with me so we can do this just like we did the brothers the other night. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that yet, but we had Quincy, Donnell, Leroy, Anthony, and brother Sean. But for men, we need to have the Java After Dark Women's Edition for Women's History Month in March. So you and Heidi need to get together
and figure out some dates. Yeah, and Heidi, even though they have incentives, it's incentives to make the Pro Bowl, not actually play in the Pro Bowl. I think they need to do, because again, if players are, you don't want to say it's money, you don't want to say it's money, but let's incentivize playing in the Pro Bowl. Like not just making it, not just making NBA All-Star team, but like incentivize that jump. Put, I don't know, $10 million on the game. The winner get 10 million, 20 million. I don't know.
Dr. B and Will maybe can pick this up on the women Java After Dark Women's Edition, but the incentivizing. So when that thing happened with DeMar, two thoughts that I had. One, it took a black man to generally kind of bring this country together, to kneel and pray. And then I just could not, and with what Heidi is saying about, there's a clause in his contract, I believe that she's talking about DeMar, that if he gets injured or something, he wouldn't be hurt. I don't know if she was talking about DeMar's contract, but a lot of these organizations, sports and capitalists and whatnot, a large majority of who makes them money, the people that are on the hue.
It ain't a large majority.
I'm trying to be.
No, let's not even be PC right now.
Okay.
It is what it is. Okay. You know, I was reading this article. It was talking about how it is a capitalistic plantation, in that and it was very interesting because they talked, and they went in, because what they were talking about was not just the players versus the ownership. They were talking about the issue of coaches, so all that level in terms of how many black coaches, everything like that. They also went even deeper and talked about how, you know, cities and towns give so much money. They give so much money to these industries, to these entertainment, but is the return the same? So if you have an industry and a one team worth 20 billion, let's just say, and they give back 100 million, okay, they giving back, but come on. Like, come
20
on.
billion, I mean 100 million, that's not,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, because they were talking specifically about the Bills, the Buffalo Bills, and the deal that the Bills ownership, again, as billionaires, got to build their new state. Like, crazy the incentive. Like, and you just think about that in terms of, you know, and so they were just saying it's a modern day, again,
capitalistic plantation. So I got your point with incentivizing, and, you know, the perspective that you're coming from as a football fan and whatnot. But just when I heard those words, because I haven't been clearly able, even with what you said, it's informing me the next time we talk about it, but I haven't been clearly able to articulate what we know, what LeBron brought up with him in that report. And she was like, just go play football. I just go play basketball.
Yeah, go play basketball. Yeah. You know he has been LeBron since the time he came into the league, has been a different individual, man, businessman, altogether.
Community leader.
Yeah, the community leader. The problem, though, is that when they look statistically across sports, most athletes by 5 years removed are just, you know, and so there is the question.
You got to finish that. Just,
well, I mean, they're 5 years removed. They broke.
Well, they broke. There's a few names that come to mind now from the
They just straight up broke, okay? And part of it too has to do with our kind of whole structure in terms of, you know, you buying stuff for folk who don't care, and, you know, like it's part of that too in terms of how we're spending our money, how we're thinking about money. But then there's also the very real kind of, the system itself is not, it's not set up
in a manner for us to,
in a manner
even when you have what's perceived by the main, you know, stream popular culture of the materialistic resources and capital, there's still some way, some shape or form where that is still like on you. And so I don't want to get too deep into that, but
because he said abbreviated.
No, expedited. Get it right.
Expedited.
Shady. You got to be
Okay.
shady and correct.
Don't let me expeditiously shade you again.
All right. Well, all the job is doing Jesus. All right. Let's see what Teresa said.
But no, a lot of these players do need to get these clauses, and that's why I'm not against guaranteed contracts at all. I ain't against it, because you got to look, at the end of the day, you got to protect yourself, you got to protect your family, and
this is something that the guy, and we'll park here. This is something that the guys brought up the other night, a combination of what they, and it's funny because the example I'm getting ready to make at the men's dinner group conference that we did in October, they had a couple of former Patriots, one of the leaders in the black sneaker industry and whatnot, who has a documentary really come out, which is going to be dope. I'm trying to get an interview with him. And they talked about a curriculum that they're putting in place now to go into high schools and talk with the football teams and doing old school stuff, Dr. B, life skills, financial literacy and whatnot. That way, if you get them there, they're on track to college, they're saving, especially now with what the NCAA is allowing for some of these college students to be properly compensated. Because like you said about the cities, some of these schools and sports departments are getting money off the backs of a lot of our black and brown young people, scholars, and also athletes. And so it's imperative that, we be intent. They brought up the other day that we don't have home ec no more. We don't have financial literacy, like things
those classes were my favorite.
I think it helped me get an appreciation for cooking. I know how to sew. I can put a button on my shirt.
Computer basics was amazing.
Yeah. Remember the Apple II? Well, I might be telling something.
And home economics, we had to do a whole family budget. Like
did we do a budget? We did.
We had to do a whole family budget, and we had kitchens in my high school. So
we had a kitchen,
meals and all of that, and like it was so important. It was so important to have those classes and have that base and grounded, because even though I had that base and grounded, I still would look at my checking account and my savings account and be like, what had happened was.
That's the thing that we
even with that. But
we had kitchens at the time. So this is funny because a few years after me, but that's where I remember seeing, Jesus Lord, you and Ma, there is certain things that I don't care if
So he down there.
You don't say that on the internet.
He down there in that heat, but he gonna be sounding like on. So turn on your AC.
It'll be good. It'll be good in a couple after that flight, like 2 days after the flight, because I'm 2 days. Let me just say this, Dr. Brandy. Go to Twitter and find out. I deserve every smile that I'm getting here because I had a 3-hour flight delay. My luggage just got here last night. So I've been through
I'm sorry.
this long.
You want me to feel bad?
I'm just saying.
Y'all, cut the music. James, Mr. Java, y'all want us to feel sorry for him.
I didn't say
no, because he is down in probably Florida, probably Miami, and his luggage didn't arrive, y'all. His luggage.
So, I mean, listen.
No sympathy. No sympathy.
3-hour delay. Got here at 5 something. The event started at 8. I had no. I will tell you this, that I have grown as a person, because poor Tatiana, the first maybe 10 seconds, old Jimmy, because she was, giving me, you need to look back on the belt. And I said, I told you twice. And when I heard my voice go all the way down, I said, okay. So out of all of that, I do have to recognize that I've grown, because that stuff ain't like Brandy.
Cry me a river. Hold on, where's the smallest violin, y'all? Cry me. Hold on, is that?
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. What did she say? Charlotte said, that's why you pack your party outfit and clean underwear in your carry-on. I got too much. So the carry-on is all the technical stuff. So
Cry me.
see, at least they're counseling me, Dr. Brandon. You ain't even giving me no what you call it. That's all right. Auntie Java said, I'm traveling soon with only a carry-on, don't want lost luggage. Listen. All right, Dr. B, I got to get ready to, I'm not even going to go say what I'm about to go do, because then you're going to be saying that I'm rubbing it in. But
well, you got to get on a boat?
No.
Oh, okay.
Guess who just emailed me to tell me we have your luggage?
I ain't even watched the Grammys, y'all. What happened?
I didn't watch Harry Styles won, and the internet, some can go with that. Some aren't too happy. Some people said it should have been Bad Bunny. Some people are upset because Beyonce has yet to get an Artist of the Year award. Kanye wasn't there to go ahead and take the mic like he did with Taylor. I heard hip hop did a good recap of things. And yeah.
Yeah, they said 50th anniversary of hip hop.
Yeah.
Beyonce is the GOAT. I think I did see the announcement. She has now won the most Grammys, in the history of the Grammys. Though I kind of question, like, is the Grammy, I mean, like, yeah.
Viola did the what is it? Geo, what is it? Grammy. I forgot what it is.
You mean EGOT?
Yeah, that one. EGOT, yeah.
Yeah. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yes, EGOT, yep, that one. She got it for her audiobook for, I don't know. See, I was slightly on the internet this weekend, so I haven't been able to keep up with everything. Dr. B, before we go, we just want to hold space and mention, I saw that they had the celebration of life for Tyler yesterday, and I couldn't ascertain if it was the actual funeral or just, celebrating his life.
I thought they had that earlier. I thought they had it last week.
No, there was something yesterday from 3 to 5 at out in Norwood, and so we just want to mention that and just hold space for the community both in Norwood and Boston, and just name space for that. And so it just crossed my mind, and I couldn't go off today without mentioning that. And my thing is, I hope that locally, what George Floyd, Tyree is doing nationally for a conversation, if anything, and not taking away from others whose lives have been lost, but hopefully Tyler's will be another catalyst to getting some change done in our city. Because I didn't end up like that, but it just crossed my mind when we talked about it. But what was the book? Oh, Tashad was saying that the book is finding
the book.
For Viola. But Dr. B, I'm gonna get ready to wrap up.
Yeah,
and, somebody just also somebody just named, and I seen this online as well about Ricky.
Yeah, I saw it, and I saw the announcement. He said for prayers. I hadn't read up on it.
The only thing that I did see was that he had some affiliation with the military, because there was a picture of Ricky leaning over, kissing him or seeing him, and there was the seal like in the middle of the casket. So, but all right, we gotta switch things up a little bit. We can't. And
you and plus you gotta go, not become nasally, and get your luggage.
My luggage is here, thank God. Now I just gotta figure this out.
Cry me a river, cry me.
I'm just saying,
Cry me a river.
When you have intentional self-care planned, if anything goes off from it, it impacts your self-care. I had to focus on Wu Sign. I had to, first of all, sit on a plane for an hour and a half, and they finally gave us some water. Like,
cry me.
Dr. B, come on.
Hold on. Where my singers at? Sharon, where my singers at? Let's go. You take the high note, I'll take the low note.
No, see, that's what you get, because Sharon's a tenor.
Okay, well, Sharon, you take the low note. I'll do the alto. Any sopranos on here? Any sopranos?
We got sopranos in here. I think a couple of them. All right, I'm getting off of here, Dr. B. I will.
Yeah, put on your
Don't
fresh
forget.
clothes.
Hold on, Dr. B. We got to do a real plug real quick because tomorrow we got MGH coming on, and this is something that it kind of plays into, self-care and shoot. Crap. Hold on. I got to see if I can find the file where
And y'all, again, look out for any, because again, I do want to highlight it just briefly next week. If you see any health related, either comments or commercials.
Sorry, I hate being away from home because I can't bring up the flyer I want to bring up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. No, this is serious. For your healthy Java, we're talking about high blood pressure and heart health, hypertension. And so we do have to pay attention to that, that we need to focus on decompressing and self-care and breathing. Are you not paying me no attention?
I am. You were saying heart health is important. I'm paying you attention. I'm not giving you no shade. I'm sorry. I had a text message come in.
All right, we're getting off of here, y'all. Y'all have an awesome Mental Health Monday. We'll see y'all tomorrow for your healthy Java. Tag somebody that you know they've eating too much salt, too much fried food. It's not being judgmental, but health equity is important. And so we got to be here for all this fighting we do, and we got to be here to take advantage of it. Right, Dr. B? And live on a healthy earth. She is really, do y'all see this?
I'm sorry.
You said yo. If you're anything like me, I only say yo when it's I've said yo to pastors, electeds. I've been like, yo. I'm sorry. Something must have seriously happened for you to say yo.
Yes, I swear. Okay. Yep, that'll be next week.
Okay. We got Toy next week too. Don't forget the Black Wow Mental Health Summit is taking place next Friday. Technically next Friday, right? This Friday is the 10th. Next Friday is the 17th.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Brandy, get off of here. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for your healthy Java. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Cry me.
You know what? We'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Let me just turn the music up as we get ready to get this ending track. Bye, Dr. Brandy. You have a
happy
good day.
birthday, Sharon.
And Nicole.
And anybody else.
Bye, Dr. Brandy.
Bye, y'all.